everyone, hope you're all well. Laura with Novice Garden here again. Thanks for joining me for another video. Today I'm going to be potting up and pre-sprouting my Ranunculus. So Ranunculus are a spring to early summer flower and they're a part of the buttercup family. They're also known as Persian buttercups. And I've got some varieties here from Farmer Gracie, who, by the way, I really recommend. They are an amazing company. They specialise more in bulbs, corms and claws, but they also have a large variety of other things. Not a sponsor, by the way, just recommendation. So let's have a look at some of the equipment that you're going to need if you are getting ready to start pre-sprouting your Ranunculus too. So what I've got is my potting tray here, and in it obviously I've got my, as I've mentioned already, all of my Ranunculus corms, which I'll get into and show you in more detail in a second. I've also got my compost mix. If you can get peat free, that's always best, but do what you can with the current climate. I've also got here my propagator, which has got a propagator lid, a cell insert and a drip tray. Okay, and I've also got my Sharpie and wooden lollipop sticks. Also worth noting, this is not new plastic. I try not to buy new plastic and encourage you guys to do so too if you can. I've used these many times before and I will use them many times again. So what we're going to do first of all is get our Ranunculus corms out, take a little look at them, make sure they're all nice and healthy, and then we'll pre-soak them. They come they're a bit alien looking, they look like little shriveled up claws, and what we need to do is rehydrate them, reinvigorate them after they've been in their dormancy period, and then what we'll do is we'll pot them all up and into some compost and put them out into a nice cool environment. They don't like to be warm. Ranunculus are a cool season crop, so once I've potted them up I will actually put them outside onto my patio. I'll keep an eye on the forecast. If it's looking like there's going to be a hard frost, I'll bring them in and out of that because they don't like hard frosts, but I will keep them in a cool environment. So let's get started. So let's first of all get all my Ranunculus corms unboxed. So I've got some varieties. They were actually supposed to be for my wedding flowers. So what I'm going to do is a little bit of an experiment, and it might work and it might not. I'm actually going to use half now and try to get a nice yield of flowers out of half of them for spring and early summer to just enjoy them in the garden and use as cut flowers. But what I'll do is I'll save half and try to sprout them and grow them for later in the season, end of summer, early autumn. I'm not sure if that'll work or not, but that's when it's looking like we're going to get married now, so that's what I'm planning on doing. So I have got some varieties from Farmer Gracie. As I said, I've got some white Ranunculus, so I'll pop them down there, and I've got 2 bags of each. I've got some pink Ranunculus, and I've got again 2 bags of each, and then I also got some of the a little bit more luxurious and expensive Italian Striato Bianco Ranunculus. I'm going to go ahead and put pictures up on the screen of all of these varieties so that you can get a more detailed look at what these flowers are going to look like. So they come packaged up like this, as you can see, from Farmer Gracie. I'm going to get some of them out and give you a look. Oops. Okay, so here we go. Let's take a closer look at these. They are very alien looking. So this is them in their dehydrated, dormant stage. And when we pre-soak them for a few hours, you're going to see how much they swell up and come back to life. So let's go and do that now. Alright, so I've just filled up some ramekins with water ahead of pre-soaking the Ranunculus. As I explained earlier, pre-soaking is essential to bring the corms or the claws back to life after they've been in their dormant, dried state. It's going to just help to accelerate the production of leaves and flowers and just really kind of quicken the process of being able to bring our young plants to life. So I've got a different Robin's filming me just now. I've got a different ramekin for each of my varieties because we do not want to get them all mixed up, do we? So simple as just now, emptying all of our corms, or these gross little claws, into the water, making sure they're fully submerged, and you'll be so surprised at how much they plump up like us all in lockdown and come back to life. So these are my expensive Italian ones, and what I'm going to do is I only got one bag of these, so I'm just going to do around half because I would love to have these for later in the summer as well. Okay, that's about half. I'll get a little close up on these. They're so weird looking. So might need to put a little bit more water in this one. So just so I remember which ones are which, I'm just going to flatten and lay each of the varieties of packets out in front of them. And these need to stay like this for a few hours. You really just want to keep an eye on them until you notice that they've started to swell again and, as I said, kind of plumping up and become engorged with the water. So I'll leave these to just soak up all the water, and we're going to go ahead and get on with some chores, I think. See you later. What I wanted to do was just show you how the corms are looking after they've been allowed to swell up a little bit. So what you can see is they have these claw-like legs which go in the opposite direction from the eye, which is up at the top, and you can actually see a little bit here of the previous growing stalk from last season's growth. And what you want to do is plant your Ranunculus corm straight down into one of the cell inserts with the claws pointing down the way, just like so, and then cover over just until the very tip of that last season's growing stalk is slightly proud of the soil. So I'll do another one here as well, just for an example for you guys. Sorry, my hands are getting a bit dirty now. So see, we've got all of our claws pointing downwards and the eye facing upwards. And we're just going to pop that down into the cell insert and cover it with the remaining soil. And I can just feel the top of the corm there. And then after that, we'll just water them in slightly, or a lot. That came out quite fast. Alright guys, so that is all of my Ranunculus corms
pre-sprouting and potted up in my cell insert tray. I'm just going to pop my last label over here. And there we go, fab. So what we're going to do now is just allow these to sit outside on the patio. I'm going to cover them with my propagator lid, and I'm going to make sure to keep an eye out for any frosts. As I previously mentioned, we do not want to allow these to be affected by any hard frosts, but they'll be fine in the cooler temperatures that we're experiencing at the moment. And what we're going to keep an eye out for is just some nice green growth coming through, and when they start to put on some really quite substantial kind of decent growth, I'll go ahead and I'll just pop them out and put them into their final growing area. So that's all there is to it. As you can see, it's really simple to pre-sprout and get some earlier blooms from your Ranunculus corms. And if you fancy giving it a go, please do comment and let me know how you got on, and I'd love to hear from you. And if you'd like to subscribe, you'll be able to see lots more content, and give me a follow at the Novice Garden on Instagram, and just message me and let me know what you're growing. I always like to hear what other gardeners are up to. Thanks for watching, you guys. See you in the next one.